Hello, my dear students, and the rest of the learners. Welcome to part 17 in a 95-part series of tutorials in object-oriented programming in C++. In this tutorial, I'm going to look at the features of object-oriented programming languages and some file extensions in object-oriented programming languages. My name is MemeJM, or you can simply call me Emily Swap. This tutorial is a continuation of the topic, language structures of object-oriented programming, or simply, it is a continuation of the topic by the title, language structures of object-oriented programming. We are going to begin by looking at the features of object-oriented programming languages. An object-oriented programming language has the following features. Number one, emphasis is on data rather than the procedure. Number two, programs are divided into what is known as objects. Number three, data structures are assigned such that they characterize the objects. Number four, the functions that operate on the data of objects are tied together in the data structure. Number five, data is written and cannot be accessed by external functions. I repeat, data is written in a position where it cannot be accessed by external functions. In other words, the data is hidden. The data is hidden from external functions. Data is hidden and cannot be accessed by external functions. Number six, objects may communicate with each other through functions. Number seven, the programs follow, or the code follow, what we call bottom-up approach during program design. In addition, new data and the functions can be easily added whenever necessary. Also, software components that have more than one interpretation, depending on the data type of parameters, can be defined. And that is what we call genericity. In addition, an object or a set of data can outlive the life of the program existing between executions, or what we call persistence. Now, the features that I have already mentioned can be summarized using simple or single ones as follows. And these ones, I have defined them and explained more about them in my previous presentations in this series. And therefore, you to get more details about the same, kindly go through the part 1 of 95 series all the way to this tutorial so that you can have a clear understanding about each of those features. So the features of object-oriented programming can be summarized as follows: encapsulation, data abstraction, inheritance, polymorphism, extensibility, persistence, delegation, genericity, object concurrency, event handling, multiple inheritance, message passing. Let's now look at file extensions in object-oriented programming like C++. The instructions in your C++ program are called the source code. You type your source code into a computer's memory by using your program editor. After you type your C++ source code, that is your program, you should save it into a disk file before compiling and running the program. Most C++ compilers accept C++ source code programs to be stored in files with names ending with .cpp. For example, student.cpp. CPP. So that's an extension. When you compile your programs in C++, that is, the source code that you have saved with a .cpp extension, your compiler eventually produces an executable file with a name beginning with the same name as the source code, but ends with an .exe extension. For example, student.exe. But in Unix, the executable file ends with a .out extension. While the library files that are used in C++, just as you have seen, for example, OurStream, should be created and saved with the file extension .h, meaning it's a header file. This helps the compiler in making references to the various functions or objects that are included in a source file. And with that, my dear students and the rest of the learners, we have come to the end of part 17 in this series. You can continue to part 18 of 95 in this series, where I will explain about data types in object-oriented programming, beginning with the simple data types. Simple data types. Congratulations for learning part 17 of 95 on features of object-oriented programming languages and file extensions. You can access videos for the other parts in object-oriented programming series, as well as other computer or ICT videos by clicking or tapping on Emily Swap ICT YouTube channel below this video. Remember to subscribe to this channel by tapping on subscribe button below this video in YouTube if it's not currently reading as subscribed. For any further correspondence, kindly write it to us through the email emilyswap@gmail.com. Thank you very much for listening to me. Let's meet in part 18 tutorial in this series, and God bless.